You're looking at an example of a spread, a series of questions about a central theme. In this case, it's work-career concerns, where the person is unsure how to move forward with the problem they're dealing with. The first question implicitly asks about this work problem in general. Next, it's about what the person has available within themselves to utilize while tackling the problem. And it concludes with wanting to know if there's a lesson to take away from their ordeal. These are the questions presented as a spread. To seek the answers, you can use any of the tools you may be familiar with: tarot, oracle cards, Lenormand, etc. There are two primary ways to create a spread with a spread deck. The first way is active selection, where you're looking through them and making a conscious choice. This is commonly referred to as spread crafting. The second way is passively choosing them, where you're not looking at the front side of the cards and the questions you've chosen are unknown until you turn them over. And that's Spreadomancy, which will be the focus of this video. So with Spreadomancy, I like to take all the cards out of the box and lay them down by each category. Before I begin, I like to decide how many spread cards I want to pull, and I decided on 4. 1 from the theme category and 3 from any of the explore categories. I combined all the explore cards together, shuffled, and did the same thing for the theme cards. Of course, there are many ways you can passively select a card. You just want the selection to be random. I also think it's important to be relaxed and maintain your intent while you're doing it. I read the cards from left to right, so when I include a theme card in my spread, I like to place that down first, as it establishes the big picture for what we'll be looking into. From the stack of all Explore cards, it looks like I pulled 2 from Explore Me and 1 Explore Considerations. And I put them down in the order that I pulled them. Just a side note, if I had included one of the conclusion cards, I would have placed that at the end. Okay, so let's flip them over and see what the questions are. In this video, I'm recreating a self-reading I did earlier, and at the time, there were many things on my mind, but conflict was not one of them. However, when I saw the word conflict, I instantly knew it was referring to a recent dispute between 2 people I know. Their conflict was making it difficult for me to interact with them. I had started to mull over ways to diplomatically nudge them into some kind of resolution. I found it very curious that I was being directed to look at this conflict and was anxious to see what the tarot cards would have to say about it. So now, let's show the tarot cards I received. In my interpretation of these cards, the message was, don't get involved. While there is more to it, that was the interesting part I wanted to share, as it was counter to my knee-jerk response for how I thought I should handle the situation. At the time I did the reading, my life was not on autopilot. I was in flux, working through new challenges and interesting issues. I made this video for you because I wanted to share my fascination with Spreadomancy. I carved out some time to use the cards and ask for advice. If I had spread crafted a conscious set of questions, I would have focused on pressing concerns that were top of mind. The conflict between these other people I have to engage with on a regular basis was in full swing. I hadn't gotten around to making a decision if I was going to get involved or not. Because of the type of relationship I have with them, a bad outcome could have made it more challenging in certain areas of my life. Since I chose Spreadomancy, I was fascinated that this issue came up, as if to say, I know your mind is focused elsewhere at the moment, but here's a topic that needs to be addressed. Don't get involved by trying to be the helpful diplomat. That will only make it worse. By letting go of the need to direct the questions, I was rewarded with advice that may have saved me a lot of grief. And that concludes this tutorial. Bye.